All right, in the red corner, we have an American snapping turtle versus, in the blue corner, Bubba, the alligator snapper. We're not gonna do that. What are you, crazy? That would go against everything that we stand for. So this alligator snapper was actually dropped off at Nerd because it was found on a busy interstate. So we had to intervene.
Right here, we have a common snapper that is ancient. And then over here to the right, we have Jeremy holding Bubba, our ancient alligator snapper. Look at the size difference. And this animal is super impressive. It's super ancient, as well as Bubba. Both these animals are remarkable. The amount of chance for animals like this to exist is pretty significant just for them to hatch. And we're actually going to take a quick look at Bubba's foot. We're going to check out the healing. This little guy, we're going to return this guy safely to where it belongs. But I felt this is a really good,
watch your face.
Really good.
Jeremy's gonna
these cool
that
things.
turtle, dude.
You getting tired?
I gotta put him down.
Keep talking, Kevin.
It's a big turtle, dude.
Oh. Take him up again, Jeremy. Jeez.
How about I watch this one?
Okay, fine.
I'm actually going to try to get this over it and then cinch off the blood supply.
Oh, God,
yeah, we got
get him on top of that.
Yeah, you put Bubba on top of that.
Good idea, Dan. Killing it right now, Dan. All right, Dad, Kevin, what's wrong with
Let's take a look at Bubba's foot.
It's that foot, right?
Yes. Hi, buddy. Now he knows that I'm probably up to no good. Hi, buddy. Can I see your foot? Okay, so I get it right here. Over here.
Oh, yep.
Okay. All right. So we still have part of the granuloma. It's hi, buddy. He's like, you're trying to grab my foot. It's healthy. There's no infection. There's a lot of fatty tissue. If you look at his other foot,
His other one looks just like that, though. I didn't even realize they had
it's got like a pad.
Yeah.
See the pad?
It's the pad
so this
part.
would be like the pad. I think it's just like extra skin. And I mean, these guys live in a very rugged place.
Well, he extended it out. He trusts you. There you go.
He's a good boy.
So have you had to like give him antibiotics or anything, or are you just leaving him?
He was on antibiotics for a while. That's just in case, because we have opportunistic always. There's bacteria, and so we just did that. But Bubba's doing great. He's eating and such like this. Really, the way to really solve this problem, because I'm feeling how it's attached. And literally, what we have to do is we have to knock the animal out. Whenever you anesthetize all reptiles, but when you knock them out, you have to help them breathe. It's a tough process. Certainly, there's some dogs when you knock them out. Let's say like old, English bulldogs or such like that. They can have long-term health complications. So whenever possible, we don't want to knock these guys out because to get them to wake back up and start respirating on their own is always a chance. Bubba's doing great. He's eating. He's everything is normal. And ultimately, we're going to be building some new caging for some of these guys so we can kind of show them off a little bit more. But anyways, I thought it would be a good chance to show these off. You going to come over here and show us your snapper for a sec?
No.
It's grumpy. It wants to bite. It wants to bite.
You can come over here.
Yeah.
What, are you afraid of it?
Dude.
It wants.
Jeremy.
It's a biter.
It's a snapping turtle,
That's a
Jeremy.
snapper.
We're gonna release the snapping turtles. Bubba's gonna go back to where he is.
We're not gonna release him in the wild.
Yes.
That would be bad.
I'm gonna
Hey,
put.
Would Bubba survive up here?
No, not during the winter.
No, huh? How come that snapper kid survived? I almost walked right over Bubba. Dude.
Bubba's good.
That's how.
Okay, so this is.
No, I want to know why he can't survive. I mean, why
Angry
he can't.
Pants. Okay,
No.
Bubba has not evolved to actually hibernate, which for months of the year is to actually go down, go underwater, go under a bank or whatever, and they're going to submerge themselves. And what's really cool about turtles, their metabolism goes down to such a slow rate that they can actually get all of their oxygen from the water. And the way that works is cold water holds more oxygen than warm water. So when these guys are hibernating or even brumating sometimes during the summer, they'll submerge underwater. They're not actually breathing, and they have blood vessels in their butt, inside their cloaca, also inside their mouth. And what that is doing, these dilated blood vessels are actually pulling the oxygen content out of the water and allowing an animal like this to just go to sleep, slow its metabolism. It's really not burning any calories. It's basically doing nothing. And sometimes they'll even sit on the bottom. It also makes them vulnerable for things like otters. And sometimes it takes like maybe 30 years for a snapping turtle in that cold climate to actually become reproductive. 30 years to lay eggs with such a high mortality of nest predation. And then a group of otters found these snapping turtles that were in study subjects, and they went through there and they were eating their legs off, and they were just kind of playing, but they wiped out the whole population of snapping turtles. So the existence of snapping turtles is certainly a precarious one. People don't understand them. I hear about people chopping their heads off while nesting with a shovel. Just horrible things, but the biggest thing is they're all getting run over, and the safety of nests is definitely a consequence. Hi, buddy. Oh, I know. Oh. So this is Grumpy Turtle. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, it'd be great if you just got Kevin. Oh, God, it'd be everything.
Why?
You'd be the first one.
No.
First turtle bite on tape for me.
No, that's a horrific bite. I'm gonna let you go. So see how I keep my fingers tight?
Yeah.
If I watch out for that claw, he's gonna get my fingers. And he's really working. By grabbing him by the tail and actually lifting him by the tail, you can separate the vertebrae, because this is a very heavy animal. So generally holding on the side or in the back, or even on the back of the shell and kind of dragging it where you actually don't even lift up the weight of the animal. Anything like that to get it to the other side of the road to rescue these guys. Right now you're not seeing many of these guys crossing the road because nesting has already occurred.
This is around where he was found, huh?
Yeah, this is
The problem. This is white water down there.
Yeah. So I want to keep it, because we want to put the animal back in an area where it can actually recognize where it was. And this actually animal was moving out of a swamp onto a busy area, because let's face it, humans are everywhere. This worries me, because if I put this in this kind of current and this animal gets confused and gets washed downstream or whatever, I think I'd rather go for some quieter water. So I'm gonna try the other side of the road. Now we're talking.
All right, Kevin, better location, huh?
Yeah, look up, watch. It's there's a lot of movement here. There's trucks. Keep watching. Truck coming. This is a busy area. They'll run these guys over like nothing. So we found a safe place, but remember, trying to get it back into the area where it was. That way, the animal. Sometimes when we put animals in the wrong place, they're going to go into this nomadic stage, and at that point they're more likely to come out, walk into unsafe situations, and then they can die. So you ultimately fail at what you're trying to do. As much as I don't like all this built up area and I have much nicer places to do it, I have to contend with reality. I need to put this animal back in a system where it actually knows, because they're big time creatures of habit. They have seasonal places that they go to, and this animal is far more likely to know this area. Watch me fall! That thing,
Perfect.
that thing wiggles. Wow, I'm not even, mosquitoes. I'd like to put them this way to get them to go upstream. Ready?
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. Oh. Is there any chance you can get my phone?
Yeah.
I'd love to get a little video of this.
Okay, hold on. There you go. It might not be recording. Make sure it is.
Hi, buddy.
Oh.
Look at that. My buddy. Oh, yeah. My phone is upside down. All right. Okay.
We're good.
Wow. When I hit that rock, I was teetering. I'm like, I'm gonna wipe out.
I thought you were gonna fall in.
Woo! So awesome. Oh, another one right here. Don't use any pesticides in your yards. Don't spray for mosquitoes or ticks. Kills everything. Look on it. You can go closer. Go closer.
Oh, we're coming in hot. This is what you're all excited about?
Of course.
Are they drying their wings out? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, here. You see that though? Isn't that cool? You can see
Yeah.
the wing. I'd show you how to sex them, but it's they're all closing. They've been floating around and then they come back to feed. Butterfly bushes and milkweed.
Yeah.
Tea.
You say you have too many of them, but
No, I need a whole plantation of these. And honeybees. Yeah.
I think you're in the wrong place for that, man. I think you can relocate.
Pokeberry. I just want to show you. So we have a clutch of nice, healthy snakes. But I noticed I had one baby snake that hadn't slit. So I went into the egg, and this little guy had wrapped his umbilicus around his neck right here and was very, very weak. So it was cinched around here, and that was essentially choking out this animal. So I was able to get the head to go back through it and then solve the problem. I came back to the egg a little later on, still wasn't doing so well. So this is going to be one of those things. Things happen, and we're going to see if we can possibly fix it. Herniated umbilicus. So you see, this is where the belly button is. You see right there, you have all the yolk. And so what's happened is the muscle that cinches this and just the meeting of the belly is incorrect. So this is a birth defect. It's not a genetic thing, but it can happen. So we're gonna baby this snake, and I actually might be able to do a couple things to help this guy. But right now, most important thing is to let it absorb the yolk, keep it clean, keep it quiet. So what I was doing, there's a woodchuck.
Hey, attention, we're making a YouTube video. You want to go zoom on the woodchuck?
Yeah,
You're at war with the woodchucks, man.
He's out to get my milkweed. I love him still. We've actually had woodchucks come up on these steps, lay down right here, and just, they're so relaxed because nobody does anything to them. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna put this animal like this. You look at that. You can see how sloppy. See, that's sloppy right there too. And we're gonna put that in the incubator for a little bit. But there's all sorts of cool ball pythons hatching out. We've had a lot of boas and all that, so we need to do some stuff to show all the cool things we're making. You want to see black dragons?
Yeah. But you didn't put water in that one. Why is that?
No, I want to keep. It's already been in water for a little while. So right now we're getting where I want to pull that yolk in, keep it kind of clean, dry, and warm. And we'll come back to it. But right now, no water. So some baby water monitors hatching. Hi. So that's a het black dragon. Hi, buddy. So we can show you. So maybe 6.5 months to hatch these. So one thing, what we don't do is, you don't want to encourage this little guy to come out, because what they'll often do is if you give them access to run around and come out of the egg, they'll sometimes come out without absorbing all their yolk, and then you have something that's contrary to the success of this little neonate. So we just kind of leave them alone and let them do their thing. Waiting for these other ones to slit, and you can see these little slices, and they'll sit there and use their little claw as well as an egg tooth. They also release an enzyme which makes the egg more vulnerable to slicing. Can you see that, Donny?
Yeah, so snakes have an egg tooth, but these monitors with sharp claws do too, huh?
Yes, but they'll use both. Sometimes you'll see a little egg tooth on the nose, or otherwise they're just using their claws and just slicing. So this is one of the most precarious points of this animal's life at this moment, because this is where they suffocate in the egg if something goes wrong. So we just kind of want to let them sit like this. Sometimes they'll take days. One thing that's really interesting is that when I have a bin of these babies hatching, and the action of one starting to hatch in that activity in the nest area causes the other ones to start hatching. So I could have 2 bins of eggs that were randomly put into these different bins, and one might hatch days before the others because one of those babies slipped, became active, and then notified all the other ones it's time to hatch. Whereas the other bin, everything's been quiet, and they take days later. Sometimes I've seen like 7 to 10 day differences.
I gotta turn my camera on, dude.
You didn't turn your camera on.